Hey folks, Jonathan here. Okay, what we got planned? So, got things a little bit of a mess here, but tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning, I think Vic is going to be here. Got Lynn, a buddy of mine from New York, is coming down. He's an engineer, and we're going to start playing with this thing. I don't know who else is going to show up, or if anybody else is coming, but possibility, who knows. I spent some time making some parts for this thing. I made all of the shoulder bolts I needed, which I'm going to show you that stuff in the morning because I've got it I got it all in the shop. But we are going to start doing some major cleaning, getting a bunch of stuff unstuck. I've got to make this arm for the other one yet, which is not that big of an issue or that big of a deal. We made a solder hone, and I'm going to probably go with some different sandpaper on it, a little rougher, and hit it again, clean it up. We're going to get the piston in it, and we're hoping that this week this thing will be running. I'm on a mission now to try to have this running this week. We're going to make new gaskets and everything. So Vic wanted to, because he helped me set this thing up, and he's helped me work on it some already. He wanted to sort of be here to get it running. So since he wanted to be here for this, I sort of done some other stuff I needed to do, and put this off a little bit. So I wanted to make sure he was here to help, and because he wants to see it run himself. This thing, you know, most of you may already know or watch the videos. You know, it's 25 years I tried getting this, and then I spent 2 years so far, over 2 years working on it. So we're finally at a point now to where I think we can, we're close. And we are going to run it without the dash pods and without the governor, because we don't need that stuff to run it, not if we're controlling the speed using the valve. So we're going to run a 2-inch line over from the boiler and up to the pipe there. We're going to leave that pipe on. I'm just going to make a flange, and that's 4-inch. So we're going to go from 4-inch down to 2-inch. 2-inch will feed this thing fine to run it, and like I said, we've got enough boiler to run it. That's not an issue. So that's the plan. I'm going to try to do as much video as I can and show you what's going on. We've still got, you know, a lot of little stuff to do, but I think, you know, all of us working together, we can get it done. To show you, these valves fit in here loose, and the reason they fit in there loose is because the steam pressure actually pushes down against them and seals them, and that's what seals them up. So our main thing is we've got stuff that's stuck. As you can see, it's turning this shoulder bolt instead of turning on the shoulder bolt. So we're going to be spending some time probably with a torch, heating some stuff up. We still got this that is really tight. We got it unstuck, but it's real tight. It looks like we got this moving, but it's trying to move the shoulder bolt also. So we've got a lot of things we're going to take apart, and we may take this back off. And but either way, we've got to get all this stuff really good and freed up. I've gotten the other one like this freed up, and we've got 2 more that go for the intake side, the top side. That's what these are, and we'll have to get them freed up. But anyway, so far so good. All these first starts I've done over the years, they're not really as big a deal to me as what this is. This will probably be my most favorite first start of all engines, because like I said, I spent a lot of time getting it, 25 years. It's probably been 80 years, maybe even 100 years since this thing has ran. All right, so we got Lynn fixing stuff, and we got Vic tearing stuff up. Ain't that how it works, Vic? All right. So we're getting it all cleaned up. Yeah. So you can see us put it in? No, you're good. We'll get the next one. All right. So we've honed and cleaned, and Vic's been working on the valves, and getting ready to get them all cleaned up, and then we're going to start setting the timing on everything. Still got a lot of stuff to free up. Alright, so we got piston in, rings in, all that's done. We honed the cylinder. Saw yesterday. Valves are all in and it's clean. And we got to set the timing and get all our levers right before we put these caps on. Timing's over here. You can see 3 and number 4. You see your lead and your actual 0 mark. And you got marks on your valve for the same. Rods in. We had to screw it into there, so we got that done. We've got the connecting rod on and hooked up, and we're moving right along. So we're going to keep at it here, trying to get all the linkage and stuff freed up, everything. We're going to repack all the valves here and get some packing in them. There've been a lot of repairs on them and everything. We're not cleaning stuff up really good right now. The main thing we're doing is just getting everything operational. Our wrist plate was stuck hard on there, and we finally got that off. That was been a pretty big job, and Vic and I had worked on it before, but we finally got it. So now we can start getting things back together and start getting timing done and the length of the rods and all that stuff. So, all right. Look, they was looking for nuts, but they don't realize they are the nuts. It's true. All right, heads on. We got a lot of the cordless linkage on. We're trying to time it and get it all together. It's gonna take a while.
I had to get the wrench, take it off.
I'm gonna have to beep that out now, Vic.
Huh?
I got to beep that out. Beep. All right, folks, working away. Heads on. We got one bolt. We got one nut that's stuck on the stud. So we're going to heat it up. We don't want to break anything. And get it to move. But that's done. Did not put a gasket on. It's machine surface. There's a couple little pits kind of worried about, but we're going to try it anyway and see what happens. I think it'll swell out and be okay. Then we've got all the linkage except I'm going to have to make one more bar for that on this end, and then I'm going to have to make the piece that I'm missing here, the dog bone. So working on that now. Get that knocked out as soon as we can, and got pretty much everything. Got the engine in time, and we got a little bit more to change on this one. I've got that one where I want it, and like I said, we made all these parts. We made the shoulder bolts except for this one. It's the only one that we had left. Now I'm gonna have to make 2 more and 2 more shoulder bolts. Well, we've got one here, but I don't know if I'll use it, but it's got to come out, and these go down to our dash pods. Now we're going to run this thing for the first test without the dash pods and try and see how it does. I think it will do fine, because we're going to run it slow. We're not going to run it up on the governor speed or anything like that. So we've got a little bit more figuring out to do on linkage. Most everything here has been broken, re-welded over time. A lot of broken pieces and parts. Got a collar that goes over this. Now you can see we unfortunately had to use a pipe wrench on it, but once you get it over it, you will never see it. So had a hard time with that. It was stuck on there bad, and finally got it loose, so that was really nice. And once that's all done, we just need to get some steam pipe to it.
So it's still
Go ahead, Vic. I'm listening, Vic. Go ahead. Go ahead, Vic. Don't be throwing that stuff at me, Vic. Oh, great. Throw it. Throw it. Haha. I caught it.
Get that a little higher.
Yeah, trying to hit me in the head with it, wasn't you?
Higher.
I'm waiting for you to fall. I'm trying to videotape it. I think it'll go viral if you'll fall, but if you fall, try to hit your head.
Oh!
All right, we got Vic and Scott tightening stuff up. Let's see if I can video this real quick before Vic starts cussing like a sailor. Hey Vic, if you fall, do a flip.
I got my wings on.
Backflip, Vic.
Do a backflip, it'll look better on video.
Okay.
Alright, so linkage is done. This is the one I made. Of course we made all that too, so gotta get a nut on it. And made a gib key. It's done. And it's sticking out a ways, but if you can see, a lot of these are sticking out a ways too. You just hammer it in until they taper and it tightens up. Gonna have to make a locking collar for this because we lost it. Vic lost it.
We'll find it.
No, you lost. Vic lost it, so I gotta make one.
You make one, you'll find the other one.
Yeah, we make one, we'll find it. So,
If you get a damn punch light, I'll find it.
hey Vic,
Yeah.
what's your name? Alright, so we are now getting ready to fire the boiler and see if this is going to run. Okay, so to explain how this works, you can lift this off. Now I got to change this washer out and all, but you can lift this off, move this manually depending on where the piston's at to get it started, and then this slides back down in the groove, and basically it keeps you from having to turn the engine over or bar it over before you start it. So hopefully all this is going to work right. We're going to see. We'll oil everything up good and hope for the best. Alright folks, got the hydrostatic lubricator on. Hole plugged off. Got everything buttoned up here. Got all our caps on. And for our intake and exhaust valves, of course the valve's shut. We got 2-inch pipe running to it. And coming into the 4-inch pipe. So we're just going to run 2. That'll be plenty for this. And actually ran a T so we can run out and run underground and go over to the big Schofield engine over there. So we got Scott here toting wood and got the fire going pretty good. Get you sitting in the chair, that's what you done all day. So we got a good fire going in there. He's going to keep it packed and we'll get her rolling up here shortly. And still cleaning up a mess here. And we're going to try to run it here shortly and see what happens. Hope for the best. Alright. Alright, so we got a little bit of steam pressure and we went ahead and opened up the valve. We're trying to run some through. Try to get the cylinder heated up. And of course we're going to have leaks all over the place that we're going to end up having to tighten up. We got packing seals that are leaking already. Wish we kind of figured that. Alright folks, I think she's heated up enough. We're going to see if we can get her to run. Shut it down and then we're going to tighten it up some. I'm pretty sure that's what we should be on.
It's hitting right here. It looks like it's coming all the way back to me.
So if you have a knot coming up here, it don't matter, isn't that right? It's probably hitting because it's going up and down. It's getting there. The valve set all the way. Okay, I know what it is. What is it? We didn't find the bearing now. Up here. That's what we forgot to do. Find what? Find the bearing now.
Okay, so we've been starting and stopping and adjusting. We got a leak up top on our line. We got about 50 psi, so we got plenty to run it. So we're gonna fire it up again.
It's in there. Maybe the water's all the way back here.
Still got a noise in it, we'll go get figured out, but we'll shut it down again and try to readjust that bearing.
Is that a...
Well, if I learned that good when I'm 100 years old, I'll be good. Well, that's just a minor adjustment there then on that rod.
Yeah, I think I hope I'm we got a different hand.
That's the one you had to make that big. Sure turns for a long time after that, don't it?
Yeah, but that valve ain't sitting off all that.
Hey, proud of you.
Do it?
I'm so proud of you.
Well, thank you. Looks like we got it running. We got a lot of leaks to fix.
That's okay. Use a
There's
limit.
rock.
So here.
That one's easy to do. This one took a little hard. I think I was going in the wrong direction the whole time. It feels tighter. I just feel a little bit. We have more trouble stopping it than we do getting it running now.
I'm gonna try something, but I ain't trying to fool you.
You turn it on the left one.
I had a board, I could stick it there, but I'm gonna try it.
Hey Vic, you want to take a ride?
I'm a little fast to get on right now. You're slow down, I'll get in there and go, ho, ho. I wouldn't mind going around one time on there. I can hold my feet on one and spin it around, but then that's probably when something would blow up and the fucker wouldn't shut off and kill me.
got all the noises out of it, no more knocking. Now all we have is leaks we gotta fix, quite a few of them. We're gonna pull this back out and put some more packing in it. Collapse it. We've got a hole somewhere on our steam chest on the inside. I think one of these pipes are broke and we're leaking steam pressure from inside here, but it's up this way, pretty much out of that hole. So I believe we're gonna have to pull that panel off that side and figure out what's wrong there. I don't think it's anything major. This pipe was rusty, so I think it's probably about broke off in there. These packings are getting a little better, but we're gonna have to, we may have to repack these. They're not too bad though. Had a pretty bad leak between the steam chest and the engine frame there, but it's about gone. Going to do some work on this valve. Definitely not cutting off like it should. I have more trouble stopping it than I do getting it good to go. So, like I said, it's probably 80 to 100 years since this thing has ran. So. It's really a good feeling to get it going finally. And I'm still running the generator engine right now to try to keep the pressure down on the boiler because we've got way more than we need to run all this. And I don't have the oiler set up, but as you can see, there's oil running out. I got oil running out here, so I have been oiling this stuff with a can. We've got everything oiled up good, so everything's good to go. So it's not like we're not oiling it because there's no oilers on it. As you can see, there's oil on the concrete. Going really good though. All right, folks, we're about dark. So ran good. Caused a few little issues we got to get taken care of. Nothing really major. I'm really tickled. I over-oiled things a little bit, so we got some mess to clean up, but I think it's going to work out good. All our linkage worked out pretty good. No issues there. I got to get the dash pods hooked up and get the governor rods and everything hooked in. But like I said, it's runnable. We sort of screwed up on that and got a leak, but that's a 4-inch to 2-inch adapter. And we had to heat that pipe and stuff. I had a hard time getting that out, the original, and then getting that adapter in it, but we got it. But everything's doing good. Foundation, you know, working good, holding up good. Which there's a lot of concrete there, so look forward to my grandson getting to see it run. So we'll continue on this thing and see if we can get her all back together and get things cleaned up around here because I got a mess. So, getting ready to get the state to come in maybe and certify the boiler. It's already been certified by the state before. I mean, it's not, and it hasn't been forever since it's been done, so we'll probably try to get that done so I'll be able to, you know, maybe have somebody come and enjoy it, you know, be able to look at the engines run and watch them run. We've got a lot more coming, a lot more to do, so I'm glad to get this one running anyway. All right, appreciate everybody watching. Till next time, bye.